Hello and welcome to another episode of Advice with Mark Haynes. All right, so sometimes when I'm doing these lives here on YouTube, people ask me some interesting questions and it gets me thinking. And so I have to make a video, a full-blown video on the question. It's that good of a question. And the one that I recently got was, hey Mark, how do I go about talking or approaching my gym crush? Now, I do have some experience in this field, not necessarily from me having a gym crush or doing anything, but I have seen many men approach women at the gym. I've known men who've met their wives and girlfriends at the gym, so I know of some success stories, but I also know of some huge failures that have happened at the gym trying to approach women. And this isn't just a video for men approaching women, but that's what most of my experience is about. But I'm sure the same would apply to a homosexual setting or a female approaching a man. So I'm sure it's the same advice that applies. First, I'm going to tell you what not to do, okay? Because these are things that I've seen before, and you want to avoid this at all costs. And the first thing not to do is you don't want to go and talk to a girl in between her sets, or even worse, which I've actually seen this, was a guy tried to go talk to a girl while she was in the middle of a set, and he tried to basically correct her form, but in like a, you could tell he was trying to flirt with her. That's a huge no-no. I mean, I guess if someone's doing something where, they could hurt themselves, maybe you would want to, if it's like even in that situation, it's difficult to say to go and step in there and start talking to someone during their set. But in this case, the guy was, the girl was doing back rows, and he was trying to correct her form about staying more straight up, something crazy like that. It was a huge fail. She had headphones in. She didn't want to talk to the guy. And a lot of times when they're in between sets, they're hyping themselves up for their next set, the person. People are at the gym not, believe it or not, people go to the gym to get a workout and not to flirt and to meet people. So when you're in between sets, when you got the headphones in, don't approach somebody. Never approach a person with their headphones in. That's a big, because then they have to take their earpiece out to talk to you. It's already going to leave a bad first impression if you try to approach a lady like that. So there are ways, though, that you can do it, okay? Don't be creepy. That's a huge one. Don't be following a girl around at the gym. Girls don't like that. So, if you are, let's say, she's on this machine over here, so you go and work out on the machine next to her. And then she goes to this machine, and she's working out on that. So then you decide you're going to go work out on that, too. And then she goes to the treadmill, and you go on the treadmill right next to her. That is stalkerish, creepy guy territory. Avoid that. You don't want to do that, okay? What does work, though, is when you're at the gym, you're in your workout, maybe you see her across the gym, smile. Simple, subtle things. Maybe you walk past her and there's something funny going on over here at this part of the gym. So, you guys both glance at it and then you laugh. But then keep moving. Don't be an idiot and keep trying to talk to the person. Also, the easiest way, though, by far, is you can time your walk to your car at the same time she's going to her car. So basically, You finish your workout together. You guys are both leaving around the same time. You hold the door for her. She says thank you. You say you're welcome. And then basically you say, hey, I've noticed you've been coming in here a lot lately. What do you think of this place? Something like that, just some small talk. Then what is really key is you say to her, hey, do you know any places around here to get a good post-workout shake or meal? Because you want to get everyone who works out wants to get in their protein after the gym. So that opens the door for conversation, and you're already talking about a place like a restaurant or a smoothie bar, something like that, and you're already mentioning this place. So now you have a good segue into getting a date set up. You could say, hey, you think you want to go there sometime with me? This is like the no-nonsense approach, and that's the best way to do it. So if you're ever going to do that, if you're ever going to meet a woman at the gym, that is the way to do it, okay? So forget all the creepy guy things. Be approachable. You want to talk to her the same way you'd meet a woman at a coffee shop. That's the way you want to do it at the gym. Use your common sense. Don't be stupid. Follow Mark Haynes Doing Stuff for more advice. Love you guys.